now, John.
Good evening. It's July 14th, 2028. It's Monday. It's my pleasure and distinct honor to be here in Studio 6A today with Mr. John J. Jeckovich. How you doing?
Good, very good, thank you.
You're looking nice and white. That's outfit really fits you well. You look very good. Did you have a nice dinner?
Yes, yes.
I heard you had a special visitor today.
Oh, yeah, Amber.
Who was that?
Amber.
Did you and Amber do a lot of things? What'd you do?
Well, she said, no, she slept an hour. She come in and slept, gets in that chair, where keeps her feet up there and goes to sleep.
You know something? It's okay. It's just being with the person, just showing up is important.
Yeah.
And she shows up. Mr. Jeckovich and Amber Nicole Jeckovich are like two peas in a pod. Amber Nicole Jeckovich is Mr. John J. Jeckovich's great-granddaughter, a fine young lady. She's a full-time missionary and an avid surfer. She surfs around the world. I don't think there's been a hot spot of a continent she hasn't been on. And she surfs with a surfboard in her right hand, and she travels the world with a Bible in her left hand. What's your Bible look like?
All worn out.
Yeah, the way it should be, yeah. Yeah. Amber's in her 20s, and she's a fine young lady. She lives on the ocean. She can rope out of bed and be in the sand, but I guess if you're an avid surfer, you always looking for a bigger and more exciting wave. So you had a great time with her, huh?
Yeah.
In fact, when Amber Jeckovich visits Mr. Jeckovich, you could probably Google Amber Jeckovich and John Jeckovich. She puts a couple of funny reels together. It's nice to look at. It refreshes. It gives you great refreshment that there's young people that still are wonderful, and there's young people that still have great empathy. Many of these people today don't have empathy, and they're all about themselves, their narcissistic little self. But this is a beautiful situation. Renews your faith in young people. I still believe there's more good people than bad, right? There's more good people than bad, right? So you're doing pretty good today, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Jeckovich was from Company H, the 2nd Battalion of the 291st Regiment of the 75th Infantry Division of the U.S. Army during World War II. Mr. Jeckovich lives by the motto that he's got two doctors, his left leg and his right leg, right?
Right.
You jogged for what, 80 years? You jogged for 80 years?
Yeah.
This man jogged for 80 years, never took a prescription in his life, never took a vitamin. Did you drink?
No.
Did you smoke?
No, no, no.
Yeah, every morning he reads 3 newspapers, including the Wall Street Journal and New York Times, and you know how tiny that print is. And Mr. Jeckovich reads all the papers without any glasses, right?
Sometimes. Well, they got to read now. The print's getting smaller.
Yeah, well, you're 100 years old. It's able, but a lot of newspaper printers getting smaller. You're lucky. I mean, believe me, you're lucky. Most guys at 40 are putting on reading glasses, so you're lucky. Mr. Jeckovich can shake your hand, and with the power in it, he can knock you to the ground. It's a beautiful situation. It's funny how times have changed. When Mr. Jeckovich first started jogging over 80 years ago, how were you welcomed?
Where?
When you first start jogging, how did that go?
Yeah, that's a road, you bum.
Yeah. Jogging wasn't acceptable 80 years ago. They would yell at Mr. Jeckovich, "Get off the road, you bum. Can't you afford a car?" They would throw empty cans of Genesee beer at him. One time they popped them in the head with a full can of Campbell soup. They were ignorant of the fact they're simply ignorant. Back 80 years ago, they didn't know Mr. Jeckovich wasn't jogging for transportation. He was ahead of his times. He was jogging for health. And all those people that said derogatory things and threw the cans I'm sure they're all pushing up daisies. So Mr. Jeckovich was doing it for health, and his old boots, old corduroy pants, and old t-shirt or sweatshirt. He was doing it for health. Before, no one was jogging 80 years ago. That's a known fact. How did you get started?
I read a book out of Johnson's book.
Yeah. What advice could you give to young people today?
He set a point to run, and set that point, don't stop and run. Stop running.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, by the way, any questions you have for Mr. Jeckovich, please text him at 407-366-0000. He'll answer all questions. His mind is like a library. 100 years old, he still reads 3 newspapers, reads several books a week. You're still learning, right?
Yeah.
Yes. No one ever stops learning, do they?
No.
You just keep going, right?
Yeah.
Oh. When Mr. Jeckovich's father, Marion Jeckovich, came to the United States, he did it the proper way through Ellis Island. And it seemed back then, 100 years or so ago, most of the families from Russia and Poland and Italy were landing in and staying in Niagara Falls and Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
That was a beautiful area then, wasn't it?
Honeymoon City.
It was beautiful, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, not now.
So a little bit background on Mr. Jeckovich's family. His father was Marion Jeckovich, a legal immigrant from Russia, and his mother was Anna Targus. She came in from Poland. And when Mr. Jeckovich, his father came in the proper way from Russia, they landed in Niagara Falls, New York, and his father worked 3 jobs just to give this man and his children and his family a better life. But they came and worked, and these Polish and Italian and Greek immigrants, Russian immigrants, they built New York brick by brick by brick, board by board by board. They came here to work. No one offered them a handout. They never would accept it, I assure you of that. And that's how it was. They came to better the country, to better their family. They had great enthusiasm to do well. How does that compare with the immigrants today?
A whole lot different culture.
Yeah, now Mr. Jeckovich's family came to work, and to work very hard. And now the illegal immigrants today came to work the system. The system, completely different. Yeah. As it turned out, Mr. Jeckovich's father couldn't stop working. He was loving the United States so much, he couldn't stop. He wanted to keep going and make things better for his family. Before his 40th birthday, he was mixing cement. How do you mix cement by hand?
With a shovel.
Oh, that's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hard. He dropped dead of a heart attack, and that was the end of it. It was an interesting story that the police came to your house when you were 11 or 12, right?
Yeah.
And the police took you to the hospital. They said they wanted your father got hurt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the police then dropped you off at the entrance of the hospital. Mr. Jeckovich walked over to the information desk, and what happened next?
I asked him where my father was located. He said, we'll take you down.
You thought you were going to go like the 2nd and 3rd floor because you're under the impression your father might have hurt his ankle or twisted his wrist. So when they said they'll take you down, did a lot of red flags go up?
Yeah. The morgue.
They took you to the morgue. And when you got to the morgue, what did you see?
My father laid out on the slab. He had a little cement on his pants, a little spit on his face a little bit. His eyes were closed.
His eyes were closed, and they asked you to identify the body?
Yes.
And what else did they ask you, this 11 and 12-year-old boy, to do next?
Yeah, and then they asked me to go through his pockets.
And what was in his pockets?
Can of that tobacco they rolled her over.
Prince Albert?
Yeah, Prince Albert, yeah.
What else?
Keys to the house. Couple of the quarters and nickels and dimes.
And that was it. But your father did great things. I mean, even though you're 100 years old, you have no accent at all. How come you don't have an accent?
Well, my father said, we're not going to talk Polish, we're not going to talk Russian, we're going to talk American.
Yeah, so it's a strict rule at your house. When you're home, that you had to speak English,
Yeah.
no Russian and no Polish, and it paid off.
Yeah,
Because a lot of people on your street of Orleans Avenue had bad accents.
yeah.
Could you think of any?
You know, next door to me,
Who was that?
what the hell is his name? Well, he had a bad accent because they talk Polish at home.
Was that Belinsky?
Lewinsky, yeah,
They had a bad accent.
yeah.
So you guys made the sacrifice, even though it would have been easier to speak Russian and Polish. You spoke English and you don't have any accent now. That is really great. That is really great. So times are really different then. The legal immigrants, there was no illegal immigrants then, I assure you. They all wanted to make things better. They wanted to give. They had a patriotic pride and a pride of home ownership too. When your mother and father finally scraped up enough down payment to buy a modest house, they were very happy, weren't they?
Oh, yeah,
And that was the first time you had a bathtub, right?
yeah.
Normally, where'd you take a bath before?
Up in the kitchen.
Yeah. First time you had a bathtub. And you were the one that they picked to every month to take the mortgage payment of $47.29. And who did you pay it to?
Belgium.
Yeah, he was like a real estate agent,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So there you go. And the house stayed with Mr. Jeckovich for, I don't know, 70, 80 years. They lived in it. It was a real nice setup. So this is where the book comes from. It's titled Their Mother's Sons. And this is where Mr. Jeckovich at 12, 11 or 12, after his father passed away, he started taking care of his mother and father. I get lots of text messages about how much is the book and where can I buy it.
The case is not for sale.
Yes, the book is not for sale. It's certainly not about money. Mr. Jeckovich has plenty. He doesn't need money from any book of any type, I assure you. The book was written for one purpose only, to give the younger people a roadmap to a better, a simpler, and maybe a more wholesome life. Yeah, a better, simpler, more wholesome life. Because things are so complicated now. We have lots of trouble within relationships and marriages. How long were you married for?
Huh?
How long were you married
69 years.
for? 69 years. So if your listeners have any questions about marriage, I guess he'd be the one to ask. I don't know of anyone else that was married for 69 years. I simply don't. You could ask him. Unfortunately, there was 90,000 divorces in Florida last year. And how come?
Money.
Yeah. Yeah. Money. It's so expensive for young people to live today. Husbands working 2 jobs, and unfortunately the wife is working 2 jobs and trying to take care of the house and trying to take care of the kids. It's a lot of stress. Once you get married, the honeymoon phase ends in a month, so be prepared for it. Be prepared for it. A lot of other questions that we got from Mr. Jeckovich is about money. We always try to think of some ideas to give our listeners ideas to make small businesses. Because if a husband and wife get a small business, they find out something that makes money and they keep duplicating it, and something they like, they can have a way out of the 9-to-5 grind. You don't want to be in a 9-to-5 grind.
Well, that's hard to do, though.
Huh?
Hard to do.
Hard to do, but we have hope that they'll get out of it and they'll become entrepreneurs and they'll have enough money to live comfortably. Because right now, the 9-to-5 is just not providing it for like 60 or 70% of the population. So we've come up with ideas like we did in the last 3, and we'll do our best to come up with some more. But also there's always a lot of text messages about money. When you get older, Mr. Jeckovich, you become a human cash register, right?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it very expensive to get old?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, very expensive. You're a human cash register, 5,000 here, 50,000 here. The list is long. What you don't want to do is you don't want to outlive your money. Many people text me, well, most recent example, someone texted me and they said, we're getting ready to retire at 64 and our house is paid for and we have $1 million in the bank. Husband and wife, they have $1 million in the bank and their house is paid for at 64. And I told them point blank, I would not want to be you. I would not want to be you, because if you have one little hiccup or distraction in your life, you will outlive your money. Look at Mr. Jeckovich. He's 100 years old and he never outlived his money.
14 minutes.
But many people retire at 64 and by 65 they're broke. You say, how could that be? How could that happen? Well, let me give you a very realistic example. A very realistic example. Retiring at 64, no payments on the house except your real estate taxes and insurance. If you don't owe anything on it, you don't even have to keep insurance on it. Say self-insured, because if you get a claim today, and if you have insurance, 90% of these insurance companies aren't paying you anyways. They're not paying you anyways. But anyways, getting back to this, the reality is it's very expensive getting old. So you're at 64, house is paid for, $1 million a bank. Let me tell you how quickly you can outlive your money. For example, if your knees blow out and you can't walk, that happens a lot, you'll need 2 people round the clock, 24/7, help you with the shower and help you with the bathrooms and everything else, dressed, everything from A to Z. Then you'll need a nice cook to stay. This is staying home. Nice cook. You'll need some type of driver, but most of all, you'll need a manager. You need a manager to manage all these things. It doesn't sound like it's a business, but it is. It's a big business. You need a manager to manage all these things. And that works out on a conservative level of $40,000 per month. And that is not luxurious living. That's survival. $40,000 a month. So it's expensive getting old, isn't it, Mr. Jeckovich?
Yeah.
Very expensive. Oh, and someone might be under the illusionary notion that I'll have my family take care of me. How does that work?
That doesn't work out.
It doesn't work out at all. It doesn't work out at all. Don't count on them. Because most family members, when it involves time and money, they'll abandon you like a rat would abandoning a sinking ship. Yeah, when everything's beautiful in your life and you're all going to picnics and dinners and singing Kumbaya and all that nice stuff, you think you have a decent family. When you find out where you actually need them, they're gone. They're gone. I'm not going to get into it, but they're gone. They're absolutely gone. We'll discuss that some other time, but they have no morals, and what they basically are sociopaths with no empathy. And empathy is the glue to civilization. Empathy is the glue to humanity. If you don't have empathy, you don't have nothing. So don't count on your relatives. They'll disappoint you 99% of the time. Yeah, it's just the way it is. So you want to be careful you don't outlive your money. So the younger people who we're speaking to now, this is primarily for the younger people, try to get yourself a passive income in the mid 5 figures or low 6 figures each month, because it's expensive. It's truly expensive. And you know you can't rely on your family. That doesn't even come into existence today. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. We have more text messages. How about this? I read a couple pages in your book.
Go ahead,
Because
yeah.
we've been slacking on that.
Okay.
And then we'll read a couple text messages.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
We read Mr. Jeckovich's book already one time around. How many pages?
849.
Wow. You did a fantastic job on that. I know you didn't use Google, and I know you didn't use a computer. How'd you do it?
Yellow pages.
Yellow legal pads, huh?
Yeah.
Would it take you a year?
6 months.
Wow. I'm amazed at all this information that's packed in this book. How did you remember all that? Did you have notes someplace for the last 8 years?
No.
It just came to you.
Yeah.
Wow. Let me just throw some random things at you and see how you can do. What's your dog tag number?
42965.
Oh my God. What was your address on Orleans Avenue?
3063.
I'll be damned. Do you remember your phone number as a boy?
Yeah, 8866.
You'll be damned. Butler 8866. I never seen nothing like it. I've never seen nothing like it. We call you Super Soldier, Mr. Jeckovich. Super Soldier. Mr. Jeckovich during World War II, he was beat up, stabbed, shot in the shoulder,
Lost a hip.
lost a hip, bombed with a dirty bomb, trench foot, and frostbite. Are you still suffering from frostbite too?
Right here.
Right now. Does it get better or worse at night?
No, it stays with you all the time.
What's your pain level?
7.
Jesus. And that's been 80 years, huh?
Yeah.
And I know you don't take a prescription, and I know you never took a vitamin. Would you ever think about taking a Tylenol or something?
No.
Won't do that either, yeah. Unbelievable, that's tough. Yeah. There is one copy of Mr. Jeckovich's book, and that's in the World War II Museum in New Orleans. But you can listen to the book for free. We've done over 600 podcasts of his book from page 1 to 849. And now we're the second time around, and we're on chapter 7, right?
Yeah.
Are you working on another book?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I got notes on it. Yeah.
I hope you get it done soon, because this is the second time around this book. I want some new material.
Yeah.
I want some new material. Wow. The book is basically, I'll sum it up, it's good information for younger people to give them a more wholesome life. But the book was started when Mr. Jeckovich's father, Marion Jeckovich, died. And so at 11 and 12, John Jeckovich here had to be the caretaker of his mother until she died at 89. And that's what everything in between's about, that caring for your mother, starting businesses, getting drafted. Why didn't you enlist in World War II?
Because I want to stay with my mother as long as I could.
Aha, there you go. He didn't enlist. He wanted to get drafted, which took longer so he could spend more time with his mother. But keep in mind, there's lots of sacrifices. His brother enlisted, and what did he do?
Drove Jeep, taught the recruits how to drive Jeeps.
His brother enlisted, and you get a really nice position in most cases when you enlist. He stayed in New York teaching young recruits to drive Jeeps. Did your brother have any special talent?
No, we hit the fire hydrant once.
He hit a fire hydrant, so Uncle Sam said, you qualify as a Jeep instructor.
Yeah.
So by enlisting, you get a lot of perks. Mr. Jeckovich had waited. He waited to get drafted so he spent more time with his mother. So here's the sacrifice, and here's the trade-off. You're going to go to the front line if you get drafted. You're going to be frontline military, you're going to be frontline infantry. And that's what happened to Mr. Jeckovich.
5.5.
And that's why he had all these wounds. When he got drafted into the military, he was affectionately, with deep respect, they were called the diaper division. Why did they call you the diaper
There were
division?
33s.
And 33 is what, teenage code?
19 years old.
Yeah, 33 is a code for 19 in the service. So he was affectionately called the diaper division. But during the war, as I mentioned, all the all the injuries he had from dirty bombs, gunshots, stabbing, bombing, lost a hip. Before he left the war, it's amazing, but here's what this teenage boy won. He was awarded the Bronze Star Medal. He was awarded the Purple Heart Medal. He was awarded the Army Good Conduct Medal. He was awarded the Army Campaign Medal. He was awarded the European, African, Middle Eastern Campaign Medal with 3 Bronze Service Stars, the World War II Victory Medal, the Army of Occupation Medal with Germany clasp, and the Germany Infantry Badge, the Sharpshooter Badge with carbine, pistol, and machine gun bars, the Marksman Badge with rifle bar, and the Honorable Service Lapel Button World War II. When you operated a heavy-duty machine gun, I was told that you had to keep it cooled by water.
Antifreeze.
So during the winter, you had to put antifreeze in it.
Yeah.
When Mr. Jeckovich was in the Battle of the Balls, it was the coldest winter of record. Bar none. It was the coldest winter of record. And you didn't have the proper clothing, did you?
No, not for brigading, no.
And Mr. Jeckovich was at the wrong place at the wrong time. He got stuck in Bastogne, and psychotic Hitler had his last-ditch effort to throw everything he had left to kill more American boys, and he sent in the 600,000 Army infantry, Nazi infantry soldiers. He sent in 6,000 Panzer tanks, and Mr. Jeckovich got caught in the middle. He got caught in the middle of Bastogne. And what was your orders to do in Bastogne?
Hold.
Yeah, he got caught in the middle, and the top brass said, under no circumstances, leave it, abandon it, you must hold it.
Hold it.
Here was the problem. The weather was horrible for 4 days. They couldn't get air support. They needed 10,000, 20,000 paratroopers. They needed ammo. They needed food. They needed air support to shoot down some of the Nazis in their tanks.
Did you move around a lot while you were there? Go from building to building, or what was it like?
Went from city to city.
Yeah.
And so anyway, she was stuck in
Wherever the war was, that's where you were.
Yeah.
He was stuck in Bastogne with the orders to hold it. By the time the 4th day came, the skies cleared, and they were able to get the air support they needed. But at that point, there was about 97% casualty. It wasn't a pretty scene. All the snow was red in blood, body parts everywhere, dead soldiers everywhere. But now, instead of being nicknamed the diaper division, now they're called the bloody bastards of Bastogne. So see how things have changed.
And the bulge busters, too.
And the bulge busters. Minutes?
Minute 40.
So, I noticed most of your records got burned in a big military fire in St. Louis. But I did notice when you left the service, you were giving something called the mustering out pay. What was that about?
$300 I gave you.
Okay.
$100 a month.
The mustering out pay, for those who don't know, that's the money the military gave you back then to get your civilian life back in order. And these records state that Mr. Jeckovich was given a total of $300 mustering out pay and $100 per month.
Yeah.
So you had 3 months to get your life back in order in Niagara Falls. And also they gave you a second payment. What was that?
$29.95 for bus fare home.
And that was it. $29.95 for bus fare home. Does it feel like yesterday?
Yeah.
Minutes?
50 seconds.
Mr. Jeckovich said he blinked his eyes at 20, and now he's 100. It went by that fast.
Yeah.
So what do you think happened?
I don't know. You just live it, that's all.
It just goes by that fast, huh?
Yeah.
So listen, boys and girls, it's a short dance around the sun. Enjoy every day, because it's going to go by fast for you too. Remember, we're just visitors here. You won't be here long. Everyone's going to leave at some point.
Yeah.
But it went by that fast, huh?
Yeah.
Yes. 10 seconds.
Wow. Could you imagine it would ever go by that fast?
No, and while you're living it, you don't understand it.
Yeah. Wow.
We'll pick this up tomorrow.
All right.